beauty breakfast series were an absolute hit. So we're now doing beauty lunches, how to eat your skincare for lunch. But I am someone who does a million things a day, so lunches have never been a big priority for me. I always look for very quick solutions like fast food and things that will make me full instantaneously. But given my recent health journey, I am revamping things. So I'm trying to eat more nourishing foods for lunch, even if it's quick. But because I'm so busy, when it comes to lunch, it's gotta be quick. Like I'm talking 15 minutes or less. So here are my favorite recipes that I've been doing on rotation that is still very nourishing, very easy to make, doesn't really require that much meal prepping, and I'm still getting all my vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants. And I want this video to be a reminder that just because you want to eat healthy does not mean that it has to be a super complex meal. Everything can be created very, very simply at your own kitchen if you just make a tiny bit more effort. By sticking to these kinds of beauty lunches, I have seen so much difference in my cognitive performance, my brain fog in the middle of the day, my blood sugar crashes. So all of these recipes are going to be gluten-free because I am on a gluten-free journey right now. Day one lunch, I want to start with, of course, a Korean recipe. A lot of the recipes I'm going to show you are going to be a little bit more Asian because that's something that my stomach handles well. It's very comforting. So let's make a beef rice bowl. And another thing that I want to add is I have been eating so much beef lately. I used to be scared of meat, but beef is something that I can stomach the best. A change of plans. Instead of making like a whole ground beef rice bowl, I'm so hungry right now because my meeting ran over. I think I'm just gonna have to go to H Mart and whip something out quickly. So many to pick from. I think I'm gonna get this. I am so starving right now. It is almost 2 p.m. By the time I'm eating, it's gonna be 2 p.m. Literally starving. So I just stopped by H Mart on my way home. We're gonna do a different strategy and just cooked instant white rice. I cannot remember the last time I had rice like this because I love making my own rice. And we're gonna make some bibimbap today. Okay, while that rice is in the microwave, I don't want to run into a situation like this again where I have to, get so hungry. I'm going to meal prep early by just roasting these Japanese yams. I got this on Wii. Usually I'll do it in like parchment paper oil, aluminum foil, but I don't even have that. So 2 of these straight in the oven for like 20 minutes while I eat. We have our fresh rice. It is steamy. I'm steaming my face with it. Woo! It is hot. It is so hot. Oh, I do love the satisfaction of a rice like this. We have bibimbap vegetables. That is so easy. I mean, I know it's expensive at like $8, but honestly, taking the time to make all of these steamed cooked vegetables would take so much time for me that I honestly think this is pretty worth it. My mom would completely disagree. But I feel like the portions at H Mart are a little off. Like, does it keep getting smaller for you guys? I don't know. I feel like every time I get these, the portions just keep getting smaller and smaller. Lay this out in a very pretty way. I love my 콩나물, bean sprouts. I should make this more at home. By the way, an H Mart opened near me, so I've been going there like almost every other day. It is so dangerous, but at the same time, my mom was so happy when she heard that H Mart opened because it allows me to cook healthier and go for like healthier options, because before sometimes literally I would just get dollar pizza or like McDonald's if I am this hungry. But because I have an H Mart, instead I can just whip up something like this and it's so much healthier. And on top of this, I'm gonna add some of my mom's homemade panchan. These are spicy squid. I also have some leftover ground beef, so I'm gonna add that to my bibimbap. For me, my favorite topping for bibimbap is just beef or tofu, but usually I need to have some kind of protein in it. Like a veggie bibimbap just never does it for me. This is what the bowl looks like. Normally there should be a very pretty, perfect egg yolk right in the middle, but we are egg free, so we have to skip that. So I'm just gonna add even more protein to this. I'm gonna add some spicy gochujang that they provided. Such a good idea. Always top it with sesame oil, but perilla oil is a much healthier version. I love it in everything. My mom cooks with so much perilla oil. It's got a lot of healthy fats, so a very generous amount of perilla oil. And then sesame seeds, also in the middle of seed cycling for my period and just getting my periods on a more regular basis. So right now I'm in my phase where I'm trying to up my estrogen levels. So sesame seeds are really great for that. So I like doing another generous amount of sesame seeds. I feel like I covered this whole bowl with sesame seeds. I want something sweet to go with the spicy bibimbap, so I'm just gonna cut up my fresh mango. This is the only way to eat. Oh my god, it went a little bad. Huh, it's okay. And you have to cut it like this, sideways. This was my favorite activity growing up with my mom. We would both be like, okay, are you ready for yours? And then we would be like, ta-da, open it up. This is harder to do because it's a little smaller. It's time to mix our bibimbap bowl. Every time I make this, it reminds me of like my flight to Korea. I mean, I travel to Korea so much, so I look forward to the bibimbap every time. There's always options that they give you if you want a westernized version or a Korean version. And every time I'm like, maybe I should try the steak. And then every single time, I'm always like, no, but I can't give up the bibimbap. So to this day, I have still never tried the Western dinner or lunch option that Korean flights give you. I have only ever tried bibimbap because that's how much I love it. And it's just so much more comforting for your stomach. I don't ever want to get like bloated or like full or sick on a flight. So this is like the safest option. I'm actually gonna add a little bit more perilla oil because I am addicted to this stuff. Just more healthy fats, you know? Does a perfect bite exist for a bibimbap? We'll find out. That is so good. That is so freaking delicious. I'm so proud of myself for making something like this instead of relying on just like a quick fix like pizza and sandwiches, because even though I technically bought this, I still take the time to prepare this, and it's a lot more healthier than what I used to eat. So cheers to that. Wow, I just finished that with 0 crumbs. That was so freaking good. Oh, it's a little spicy though. Now let's try our delicious mango. I was trying so hard not to eat this in between my meal, but I had to save it for a little bit. Okay, this is how you eat it. You peel it with like a spoon. It's so much easier to eat this way. Yay! So yummy. So yummy. Meantime, my yams are also done cooking. You can tell by poking a hole in it, and it goes straight in. So that took no effort, but I'm gonna show you guys my yam recipe tomorrow for lunch. So I'll see you tomorrow, guys. The way I went to bed thinking about these Japanese yams last night, oh my god, I'm so excited. So yesterday, as you guys saw, I already pre-baked them in the oven so that for lunch today, I could just easily prepare this. I'm gonna open one of these and see the perfection. Oh my god, I'm just gonna take a little bite first. Now that is delicious. For this one, I'm just going to cut it right in the middle, like this. And it's the same theory as rice. If you put it in the fridge overnight after cooking it, then it becomes a resistant starch. And when you have it like this, it's going to help avoid the blood sugar spikes, which is also really great for your hormones. I don't think people realize that there's so many different ways to eat your sweet potato in a delicious way. You can use cottage cheese, Greek yogurt, almond butter, banana, everything on top. Today we're making it a little bit more savory. So I have my avocado that has been smashed up with lemon, lime, and a little bit of pepper. So I'm just gonna line that right in the middle like this. This is going to be the fat portion of it. You guys know by now how much I like my beef, so I topped it with a little bit of my ground beef that I meal prepped, that my husband actually meal prepped for me. He is so kind. He actually has been loving meal prepping for me, especially my ground beef, because he's always like, you gotta eat more protein, and I've never listened to him, but now finally I've started to listen to him. And we're gonna add some pumpkin seeds because right now I'm in the phase where I'm trying to up my estrogen, as I talked about. And we're gonna add some olive oil, a generous amount of olive oil for some extra healthy fats. Gonna top it with a little bit of manuka honey for some sweetness. Honestly, you don't even need the honey because the Japanese yam already has so much natural sweetness. Lastly, cilantro. I like to have cilantro every single day. I mean, I feel bad for the people who just can't eat cilantro, which is basically my dad and my sister. They say that cilantro tastes like soap, which is disgusting, but me and my mom, we put so much cilantro in everything. Whenever we get pho, we're like asking for extra cilantro, and it's actually a really good health food and good for the thyroid. Today's lunch, we once again have a very balanced meal of carbs, fat, and protein, and I have Brazilian skin elixir with tremella mushroom for extra hydration today. Today is definitely a smoothie day. This is perfect for days when you have so many meetings jam-packed and you actually crave something a little bit sweeter. So I'm going to show you guys how to make my brain boosting cacao smoothie, because with this one you're still going to get all your vitamins, nutrients, and I make it really packed in protein, so you're still meeting your protein goals too. Take our first sip. This is what the smoothie looks like, with topped with granola and bee pollen. So good. Hit spot every single time. You can add sweetener to it if you want, but I kind of like it as a non too sweet option. I love to have it with like my spoon. And you're probably like, how is this brain boosting? It literally has chocolate in it. But actually, I'm not putting Hershey's chocolate. We're putting in really healthy organic raw cacao powder in this that adds a lot of flavonoids and selenium, magnesium into your routine. It also got some vitamin C, so it actually is a very powerful smoothie. If you guys saw some of my other beauty breakfast videos, I always love having a cacao latte. This is an alternative. If you don't have a cacao latte, I just put it in my smoothie. And this is honestly so much better than a chocolate protein shake. We got healthy vitamin C with the jujube. We got brain boosting ingredients. We got plenty of protein in here. We have a lot of other micronutrients to help the day go by smoothly. So try this smoothie on days when you're just so busy but you still want to get all your nutrients in. Cheers! My setup for my calls all afternoon, I have my smoothie that I can sip on, a little skin elixir to also sip on and really hydrate my skin, and to nibble on, I got some cherries because it's cherry season. Today we are making kimchi fried rice with my mom's homemade kimchi. I brought this all the way from Korea, so we're making best use out of this. It's kind of getting like a little older, so when the kimchi doesn't taste as fresh, the best way to do it is kimchi fried rice or kimchi jjigae, but today we're making my signature kimchi fried rice. Fresh homemade kimchi. I hope I don't get this on my white shirt today. This is one of those recipes when you're just super tired but you want something a little spicy just to wake you up a little bit. There's a lot of different ingredients and protein you can use with this. Spam is one of my favorites, but we're trying to be a little healthy, so instead of spam, we're gonna use tuna. Okay, first we coat it in a lot of olive oil. My mom's trick is to always add butter in the end. But what I like to do is I like adding butter in the beginning and the end. Just an appropriate amount of butter. In goes the kimchi, straight from the pan because I want all the kimchi juice to get in there as well. Even just this, I could just eat this. Me too. Would you rather have kimchi jjigae or kimchi fried rice?
For me, kimchi fried rice because I love rice.
Me too. I'm the same way. All right, once it starts to sizzle, you're gonna add rice, and the key is to add day-old rice. You guys know I like my radish rice, so I have radish, which is gonna be sprinkled into this rice, but hopefully the kimchi will kill. Have you ever had radish kimchi rice? I bet not. Honestly, good though. So yeah, day-old rice should be like this. This is the perfect way to reuse your rice. Also, if you put it in the fridge, if you guys didn't know, that actually reduces the calories in half because it creates a resistant starch. Same theory as the sweet potato that I was talking about. Now we're gonna season it with a little bit of salt. Most people like to put a lot of gochugaru, which is extra spicy. I don't like mine spicy, so remember the leftover gochujang from my bibimbap? I'm just gonna put the rest of this in here instead. Our protein is canned tuna. It smells so good already, I mean. It does look bland though. Welcome to the Ava fried rice, the bland fried rice. Even tteokbokki, I like to make it super bland. So whenever, like when I was growing up and my mom would make tteokbokki and like fried rice for my friends, ours would be so bland because everyone in my family doesn't like eating spicy, and they'd be like, what is this? What kind of tteokbokki is this? So you're about to try some very bland fried rice today. It's healthier. You got your carbs, you got your protein, and you have your fats. You guys, I was so excited. I forgot to add butter in the end, so we're gonna go the old school route and just add a blob of butter on top of this rice. Just add butter on top. It's gonna taste actually even better as it melts. My number one rule, you know, sesame seeds on top of everything I eat. And then I either add perilla oil or sesame oil. Whoa, oh my God, whoops. We're gonna have to spread that out. Okay. Oh my God, look at the blob of oil. Blob of oil, blob of butter. This is how we're kimchi fried ricing it today. I'm trying to avoid the side that had all the sesame oil in it. Look at this bite. Yum. Wait, also I just had my assistant try some of this butter. I got this from the farmer's market. Isn't this so fresh?
It's so good.
So good. And I'm using like really healthy fresh butter now because like Kerrygold, I've been eating that butter my entire life, and now they're getting sued because apparently the plastic wrap that was in like causes cancer and shit like that. So can't trust anything these days, but when it's wrapped in like paper like this, I feel like it's so much safer. But apparently if you have bought a lot of Kerrygold, you can also get money if you like prove that you bought it or something. Let's have a bite. It was good. The radish made it a little mushy today. It's so good. Try. Here.
It's so good.
So good, right? Kimchi. I could use some more butter.
It's so good.
Okay, this is my last lunch of the week. This is Springbone Kitchen with grass-fed barbacoa, bone broth rice, roasted carrots, and beet salad. We have beef broth, my favorite, and gluten-free banana bread. Everything here is going to be gluten-free. Protein, carbs, healthy fats. We got it all. That's the end to my 5-day of beauty lunch series, but that does not mean that the series ends here. My beauty breakfast and beauty lunch series will continue on, so make sure you subscribe to my channel here at Glow with Ava so you can continue to be up to date on all the nourishing and recipes that can heal you from within. Here's the jello skin. Bye!